Every game says it's a masterpiece, but let's be real, most of them are lying.
Welcome to Good, Great, or Garbage, the series where I play games that you're talking about and some that you probably should have ignored. We're talking new releases, underrated gems, and just some overhyped disasters. And there can only be three outcomes: good, great, or garbage.
Please do keep in mind that these are all my personal opinions based on my experience with the game at the time of recording. I may not know everything about the game, so just bear with me.
Greetings, Jadanuskes, and welcome to another episode of Good, Great, or Garbage. And like always, if you're new here, there's chapters down below, so if you want to see a certain part of a rant or a specific segment, be sure to click down below to get to that specific point. The game of today is World Zero. World Zero currently has around 2,000 active players, over 2 million favorites, and over 400 million visits. This puts the game in the fallen off category, but did World Zero really deserve the fall off that it had? Because there was a time where the game was peaking over 10k players average. Today's rant video will be a lot shorter than usual because World Zero is pretty much the same as it was in its prime, but for those that have never played it, let's hop into our first segment. The gameplay. World Zero is a dungeon crawler PvE game where you can pick between various classes, obtaining weapons, armor, and you clear different worlds. The gameplay is extremely similar to that of the Swordburst franchise, and I honestly think at times World Zero was one of the original SAO kind of games because of the similarity between Sword Art games and Swordburst games and World Zero. As a returning player to the game, I have no idea what new additions they added early on, or if they changed the tutorial at all, because to simply keep it a bean, I wasn't about to make a new character for the sake of the video. I'm sorry, that just wasn't about to happen. But from what I do remember, the game does offer you a tutorial where you can learn basic controls and get a decent feel for the game's combat, mechanics, movement system, and some of the graphics. Afterwards, you're put into a world where you can get quests from different NPCs, fighting off mobs until you finally reach a level where you can take on the world dungeon. In World Zero, each world has its own dungeon that's accessible after reaching a certain level, but unlike Swordburst, completing all the floors of the dungeon doesn't mean you complete the world. Instead, you have to reach a certain level and complete the dungeon to continue progressing. The gameplay for World Zero is honestly pretty simple, and this is really because of the age demographic that the game was being pushed out to. At the time of playing this, and most of the players were around 18 to 21, but the game was meant for like 6 and up. So there's no having to look up obtainment methods, Trellos, or tutorials to understand anything. It's really just hop in and enjoy the game. A very simple experience with hours of enjoyment. Like I said about 2 seconds ago, this rant will be quite short because the game is extremely simple. Like, it's a very simple game. With the basic overview of the game out of the way, the next thing is why players don't return. And honestly, why would they? The main problem with World Zero is its repetitive content. Now, y'all already know how I feel about repetitive games. I don't mind a repetitive experience as long as it's entertaining. But World Zero is honestly pretty bland, with each of the updates and events being a reskin or previous boss or area. Just the same thing, just looks different. I had multiple in-game and long-term players come into my live saying the game was fun, but it's just the same thing. Level cap increases, new holiday event, same gameplay loop. It's like the same exact thing, so of course players won't return because there's nothing that's actually new. They're not actually implementing any creative ideas, it's just the same thing. After you get max and complete the game, everything else is pretty pointless to repeat. Unless you're gonna go help your friend level up or something like that, there's really no point in just going back and farming bosses unless you like cosmetics or you just like trading. The only end game in World Zero is how cool your character looks, and I feel like they put a lot more effort into the design and cosmetics more than the actual gameplay. Something to segment up, World Zero just doesn't have enough new content for players to constantly return to. Just the same old thing. In my opinion, if World Zero wants to come back and flourish as a game on the platform once again, it needs a rework or a remaster. There are tons of sound effects, animations, and mechanics that are just simply outdated. It's like the entire project is one old rusty gear wheel that needs to be replaced. But being 100% realistic, I just don't see that happening at all. World Zero will continue to dwindle and vanish into the back of our minds as a wonderful first experience that we all enjoyed at one point in time. My message to any new player that still wants to try this game, do it, 100%. Regardless of how bland the game is or how lackluster in creativity the game may have on updates, it's still a pretty good first experience. And if you like PvE dungeon crawlers, this is maybe the experience for you. You might actually find yourself really liking the game. It's one of those games where I always seem to return to it every few years when I'm bored and just need something to play, or when I just want to introduce someone to a game on Roblox. World Zero is kind of one of those first suggestions. World Zero was a fun experience while it lasted, but long term, it just doesn't have that much hope because of its stale gameplay system and the lack of creative updates. There's nothing really left for me to talk about in this rant because the game is simplistic. There's not a lot of creative ideas that get added on updates. They focus a lot on cosmetics. A lot of the sound effects and mechanics really just need reworks overall. And the game is kind of just old, out of its prime. It's out of touch with what could be Swordburst in 2026. Not Swordburst, World Zero in 2026. With that, you let me know what you think about World Zero in the comments down below. And if there's any devs or content creator managers that want me to review their game, be sure to DM me on Discord at @atsuya__. And with that, if you want to see more of me as a creator, check out the playlist tab in my channel page to see more of me. With that, hope to catch you on the next episode. Peace.